Hi Year 6. So today, to continue with our origami theme, I thought we could make an origami elephant. So as always, I will take you through the stages. I will also add on some additional creatures that I don't think we have made yet. And let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is start off with a 15 by 15 centimetre square, like we always do. And then you can already see I've started, but I'll just show you again. So we're going to, you want to have the colour you want on the outside. You're going to fold it one way, so it makes the long rectangle, so just across the centre, and then do the same, folding it, well, I'll line mine up, the other way too. Okay. So then you have got a cross section of 4 through the centre. The next stage is we're going to bring this corner here across and down there. So I'm going to try and do mine one-handed. So make sure that your lines fold up just next to that fold and then press in that fold there like that. Now we're going to flip it over and do the same, but we're going to bring on this side across here. So you're kind of doing, yeah, it's not mirroring it, it's kind of repeating exactly the same method, but on the other side. So bring it across, carefully line it up on the crease line, and then press in the fold like that. So if I just show you this way as well, might be helpful. That's how it turns out. So they're on opposite sides. Okay, so this is quite clever. So this is a different way of starting, but we're actually going to flip it and it's going to look a bit like how we started the bird, I think it was. So what you're going to do is you're going to lift it up and you're going to, let me just start that again because I don't want to confuse anybody. So it's like this, okay, we're going to just go, can you see the centre section here and the middle that's kind of double-edged? If you lift, that's how it is. If you lift this point here and lift it and just kind of make it go wider, it turns into that funny diamond shape. And then if you just allow these to come down, you then created that diamond shape that we made at the start of the bird. I'm sure it was the same. So you've got a diamond or square or a sideways square here, and then on both sides you've got a fold. So same as before as we did the bird, we're going to bring in these to the middle so they create a kind of long thin triangle on both sides. I'm going to have to use both my hands. So one side done. Do exactly the same with this side, bringing it across to form that triangle shape. Still very similar to how we did the bird. We're going to bend down this top triangle. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to lift, take all of these, open all of these out so it goes back to that sideways square, and we're going to lift this, sorry, hang on, this is getting stuck. So just lift the first layer of paper up, and you're going to push it, you can even push it on that fold, and you can see it's starting to create a long diamond. So we just need to make this paper bend a bit more. So you might just have to make it bend the right way. So just again, so we've gone back, we've still got all the folds here, but we've gone back through that sideways square. And then you're just going to push this up. And as you push it, these side bits come in, and I will make in a minute when I've made it, pushed it. So if that happens, you might just have to encourage it to fold the right way. It's quite normal. And then we're going to turn it into a diamond. I'll just flatten this out in a moment. But that is the trick. I've noticed with this, because I noticed people found this a bit tricky when we made the bird. These lines here have had to go from a valley, and as they've pushed up, they've become a mountain. So that is where the pressure from the paper changing its fold direction is tricky. So I'm hoping that will help you to understand how it goes from that shape, and you push the paper up, manipulate the folds the other way, and then you can tuck everything in. So now I've just flipped it over, and we're going to repeat. So we're going to bring this side in and this side in, and bring the top down. Just on those folds, I'm now going to open up again, and remembering that these folds on the top layer have to be turned from a valley to a mountain. I have to make them do that. So as I push up, these folds, can you see how they don't want to change? So we just have to encourage them by trying to flatten out the paper, and then as we push, we can push the paper and the fold to go the other way. Like that is where we had a few tricky points before with the bird. And now if this happens up here, just put some pressure on that fold and allow it to go that way there. There we go. Okay, so next stage, you're going to bring this one down, but then you're going to turn it over, and we're going to start to make we're going to start to angle these bits here. So just to emphasize, it was like this. Bring one down, flip it over, and then you're going to bring this piece here up and across so it sticks out to the side of the structure. I will just do that now. There is that fold there. That's going to lift up like that, and then I'm going to do the same on the other side. So we are here. What we're now going to do is bring them down, and we're going to lift this up so it creates, can you see here, a little zigzag fold like that. So that fold there, it's going to go again. This is where things get tricky. It's going to reverse, and we're going to have a side diamond like that. Same on the other side. So lift it up, allow this fold that you've just made to go the other way to create that diamond shape. So if I bring it down, can you see how that fold has gone the other way? And this is where things get tricky. And we almost kind of made like a star now. So we're going to start to make the legs now, so things are going to start to look a bit more like an elephant, which is great. The sections that stick up a bit, they're going to be the legs, so turn it round and then add in a fold here. It's a straight fold that meets the middle but does not overlap. These legs look a little bit straighter. What you're now going to do is you're now going to bring this side in and basically just straighten up the edge of the leg so it's not triangular but it's straight. Can you see that? See the difference? And the same on this side too. So spin it round, just bring in that pointed bit to make the legs more straight. And we're going to repeat this on the other side. So that's both sides completed. This one's sticking up a bit, but I'm sure it won't in a minute. To finish off those legs, what we're going to do is just fold them in half so you can kind of see the two layers of them, so they look like there's actually four. Here we're going to turn it over, make sure this triangle is facing this direction, and then we're going to bring this point up to that middle crossover section there. Next section, we're going to fold it in half this way and make sure that your legs and your folds, a bit of pressure here would be a good idea. You can probably see this is the ear of the elephant, so we've got to make the basically trunk and tail end now. So you probably see my card is a bit, my paper's gone a bit funny. I've just done some stages and I did it wrong, so I'm just going to come back to where I know it's right. So just make sure on this stage that you've got this triangle here is in this direction and the legs are on this side. My legs, when I did it the wrong way, were on this side. So I lost loads of paper there because of the change. So just make sure that when you're at this stage, if your legs aren't on the same side as your ear fold, move them across and tuck them in and make sure that your ear fold is directed that way. Next stage is then to fold this down to start to create the back end of the elephant. You need to open it out and you need to make some folds reverse. So you need to put pressure down here, and you can see some of mine don't want to go there. You want to put pressure down so it tucks in, and then you press that fold in to form this is going to be where the tail's going to come out, and these are the back legs. So make sure that folds in like that. I'm going to make the back leg, so bend this up, this back leg, and try and make it in line with the front legs so that it can hopefully stand up. Okay, so now we've done that, we're going to tuck the legs in on the inside here. So tuck them in like that. This is basically the bottom, I guess you could say, of the elephant. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to neatly fold in these outer bits here, which will make the leg become straighter. Two straight legs here, and that's the back end of the elephant. However, this bit here, we're going to make that into the tail. So see if you can just kind of manipulate it a bit to help the tail to stick out just a little bit, to make one a bit longer, at the back legs, just a little one. can see the elephant is standing up, but the trunk is not in its right shape. So, same as we did for the back end, what we're going to do is we're going to, if you find it easier first, like I do, fold in where the trunk's going to start to bend down, like that. Let's do mine with a bit of a slightly stronger fold. Here we go. So I'm going to press mine in like that, and then I'm going to open it up and I'm going to tuck it in so the trunk goes in the down direction. And this is where again you've got to make some of those folds do the opposite. You've marked in that fold there, and then you need to open it up and manipulate it so those folds, one of the sides of the folds goes the other way to start to form that trunk. Okay, so final stage, well, nearly final stage. Open up the trunk and just bring it in slightly. So bring these sides in to make it a little bit slimmer. We now need to bend this trunk back up, so put some pressure on the trunk and tuck it into itself. You see that was quite quick, sorry. So put some pressure at the end and just let it bend naturally to where it goes. Where it wants to go. And then the last bit is to just then angle the trunk down again one more time at the top to finish it off. The finished elephant. So I've put some eyes on, and here he is. As always, please upload a photo of your work to Teams, and I'd love to see how you got on. I would say that this one is fiddly. I will put some more videos on as well to do with what I'm going to call as land animals this week for people that want to move on to extension. If you find it tricky, if you're in school, possibly ask somebody next to you to show you the trick of that fold. That might be really helpful. Or as always, just message me on Teams and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I think the fiddly bits are when you've got to reverse the folds. So just be aware, and when I say you're reversing a fold, the paper's you're gonna have to make the paper do what you want it to do basically. So just be aware of that. And I hope to see lots of lovely little elephants and maybe other animals too. Thank you.